Alright guys, this is Benjamin. I want to thank you guys for opting into my website and hearing more about my story. I'm going to try to make these videos short as possible. I don't like making really long videos. And once you'll eventually find out I'm not the best speaker. I don't speak that good on camera and stuff. No big deal. I don't spell that good either. Really don't care. But anyways, that's just me. And anyways, basically my story here is just to put the truth back in the marketplace. Um, I was 210 pounds. I got some pictures here that you'll see. I was really overweight, sick, had disease, was on medications, just like many of you were, or you still are. You probably have diabetes and high blood pressure. You're on medication. And anyways, this is my after photo after losing 65 pounds. This is what happens. I got my youth back. Even my dad, he said, man, son, you look like you did back in high school. And that's what happens when you get your youth back. You look younger, you're healthier, and you look like you did back in high school. And that made so much sense to me. And but anyhow, just to tell you how I grew up, I grew up just like any other kid. Took the vaccinations, all that stuff. I grew up with severe allergies ever since I was a little kid. Um, Always had runny nose, mucus, congestion, all that stuff. I remember as a little kid, I'd wake up at night sometimes and my nose would be running. I'd wipe my nose and it'd be blood. And there were other times I'd get up in the mornings. I'd just sleep all night. I'd get up and I'd have this, my nose would just start bleeding at night. And I'd wake up, have dry custard blood all down my throat and chest and stuff on the pillow. And then I remembered around 12 years old, I think I was 11, 12, 13. I was outside playing and my nose just started running with blood. It was bleedy. And I had asked my dad, I still remember this today, I'm 36 years old right now. And I asked him how hot it was outside because it was warm. I think he said like 95, 96. And anyways, all through high school, grew up, started getting really severe asthma. I had always had dry skin on my face and stuff. And then in high school, when I was starting to play basketball, I had eczema really bad on the palms of my hands, and my hands would crack and bleed all the time. So we started finally going to the dermatologist. And, you know, of course, they give you the creams and whatever they give you to, the lotions to rub on. Took care of that stuff. You know, of course, that's just a band-aid. It doesn't fix what's on the inside of the body. And went through that. So we'll fast forward here a little bit to, well, this whole time I still had severe allergies and stuff. Didn't have asthma yet. But at 25, 26 years old, well, there was 1 week there I got this, where I was having a stuffy, runny nose all week long. I went to Walmart, bought some vitamin C, those chewable squares or whatever they were, something like that. I can't remember exactly. I think they were the chewable ones. And I took that whole bottle that week. I chewed them whole things at work. And wound up going to the doctor because I was starting to feel really weak and tired. And the doctor says, well, you got walking pneumonia. And you have to go to the hospital right now. So went to the hospital the same day. Went in there, basically spent 6 days in the hospital. They put me full of antibiotics and steroids. Had a blood infection from walking pneumonia. So I got pretty sick from it. There was a guy that was just there a couple weeks earlier that the doctor was telling. I think he was like 21 or something. And he got it. And I can't remember if they said he had died from it or something like that. Or he had lived, I don't remember. But anyways, the day before I got out of the hospital, I was still really weak and tired. And the doctor tells my mom and dad, he says, I'm still kind of concerned because Benjamin, he's not as peppy as I think he should be. And so what we're going to do, we're going to give him a steroid for his heart to help speed up his heart a little bit and make him feel a little bit better. So they gave me a steroid for that. And it did make my heart rate go up a little bit. Didn't make me feel a whole lot better. And one of the nurses came in, she says, well, usually when patients come in and they have pneumonia and stuff like that, when they get out, they wind up having asthma. And so that's why I'm giving you these little canisters, is for asthma if you have it. So I get out the hospital. About a week, week and a half, I start having asthma. And man, if you've ever had asthma, you hate it with a passion. And I hated it so bad. You start getting the sinus infections and all this stuff. Went to the doctor several times, had to get antibiotics to get rid of the infections. Plus all the asthma attacks that come along. Then I wound up having to go get on a nebulizer because the asthma gets worse. So I started taking albuterol, the inhalant. So it's like smoking basically. And so did that for a while, and then I started getting acid reflux disease. So I was on the Nexium, got the little purple pill. I was popping that. And then later on down the road, doctor gives me the purple disc, Advir, I think it was, and it's this white powder. So I inhaled that, and then one day I was on the freeway, and my heart just started pounding and jumping in my chest. The hair stood up on my arms. I got these goosebumps all over my body, and I was like, I'm having a heart attack. At 20-something years old, scared the shit out of me on the freeway. So I started breathing in and out of my mouth real slow, and got home. I sat down on the couch, laid back on the couch, took some deep breaths in and out, and man, that just scared the hell out of me. I called this one company I used to work for. They had a nurse line. I called them and I told the lady what happened, and she's like, well, it sounds like the medication you took, your body's trying to get used to it. And so anyways, I went back to that little pamphlet, and the side effects of taking that medication were death and cardiac arrest and all this crazy stuff. And man, that scared me. I was like, I quit taking that medicine right away, but I still had the asthma. I still had to take the medications for the asthma and stuff. So anyways, one night I was sitting there watching TV. I think it was at my mom and dad's house, and this TV commercial comes on, and it says, the natural cures they don't want you to know about, Kevin Trudeau. And I didn't have the money to buy that book that night, and I said, I told my dad about it. I wrote down the 800 number, and he said, well, we'll go ahead and we'll try buying it next week. So anyways, right before that week, I went down to one of the local shopping malls, and as soon as I was walking out the store, or out of the mall, I looked over at this one store. Just happened to look that way, and for some reason, at the very top of a shelf, there was this book up there. It said Kevin Trudeau, Natural Cures They Don't Want You to Know. Just the very one I seen on TV. So I walked in there, bought the book, took it home. I read that book 3 times in a row. Found my local herbalist, went down there. Told them, hey, I got hay fever, allergies, all this stuff. I got asthma and stuff. And they gave me some allergy capsules and stuff. Took that, made my nose run, and I was on that for a while. And then it was a while before I figured out. One day me and my wife and my daughter were at the dollar store. And from that time to this day, we were at the dollar movies. I had to start trying to eat more organic food and healthy food and stuff like that. And when I started eating more healthy, the asthma started to go away a little bit more. It wasn't so bad. The allergies weren't so bad. And so we were sitting there one night at the movies. I had got 2 or 3 of the dollar hot dogs, ate them. We got home that night. I started wheezing. My wife says, why do you have asthma? You haven't had asthma all week. And I said, I think it's the food. And my wife says, you're crazy. Your food don't give you asthma. And so, long story short, I basically came to find out that my asthma was caused, or continued to be, is being caused with food ingredients. That was what's causing my allergies, my sinuses, hay fever, and all this stuff. And once I got completely off of chemicalized food, everything went away. All the asthma, all the allergies, all the eczema, everything went completely away. And not only that, what I'm going to tell you guys in the next two or three videos coming up, is the two types of food that you'll ever eat. It's not what you think right now, because I haven't explained it to you exactly. That there's only two types of food that you'll ever eat in your life, and once you distinct between the two, it'll completely change your life. So that's basically a long story short. Plus, I had lost over 65 pounds. Stronger now than I was in high school. I can do more exercise than I did in high school. More push-ups, pull-ups, all that stuff. Completely changed my life. And so, in a nutshell, that's my life. That's my story. And so, anyways, I want you guys to stay tuned for tomorrow. Have another video for you. And I'm going to try to make them really quick. So if you have any comments, questions, put them below this video. And we'll talk to you guys later. So take care. And see you soon. Bye.